A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about Nakshatras in divisional charts. Yes, I've often talked about it and I've also made a video on how you can see Nakshatras in divisional charts on Jehora. So as you watch this video, please make sure that you know the contents of that video also so that it will help you to do your charts practically. Moving ahead, before we begin, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. Let's talk about the natal chart. We all know that in our natal chart, we have a maximum of 10 nakshatras that are occupied by the 9 planets and the lagna. So it's not necessary that we will be reflecting a lot of qualities of the other nakshatras also. But there are 16 vargas as given by Rishi Parashar. And each of these vargas pertain, apart from the Lagna chart, there are 15 other vargas. And each of these vargas will pertain to different aspects of our life. They can reflect about our luxuries, they can reflect on our home, they can reflect about our married life, they can reflect upon our career, parents, children, so many parts of our life. And each of them will have a different aspect of us which will be seen. How do we consider that aspect of our life? Well, just so that all of us know, all the planets in the D1 chart need not have the same position in any divisional chart. And that brings us to the fact that they need not be in the same nakshatra as the D1 chart. And that brings in a lot of color. Why? Because it may so happen that you may not have one particular nakshatra in your D1 chart, that is a planet sitting in that nakshatra. But in a divisional chart or in other divisional charts, you may have that nakshatra in prominence, and that would make you work hard on that nakshatra also, much to the surprise of others. For example, let me explain by an example. Let's take the chart of Sachin Tendulkar. Now, Sachin Tendulkar, all of us know, he has, as a scene, he has a Kark or a Cancer Lagna. And there is no planet, so to say, in the sign of Leo. So, the Magha Nakshatra, there is no planet whatsoever. Now, it so happened that, and it's very relevant context because as Sachin Tendulkar was gaining name and fame in life and was coming to a big place in his life, his father told him a few values, ethical things that he needs to put in his life. And one of them was that since you're a huge personality and people will follow what you do, so please never ever endorse things like alcohol and gutka, pan masala, tobacco, all these things. That is a typical characteristic of Magha Nakshatra, where you have to take in a lot of responsibility. You do good for the society and you're given a high place. So the important point, the box to be ticked in case of Magha Nakshatra is that you are socially conscious, you are socially responsible, and you do good for the society so that it's returned to you in manifold. Sachin Tendulkar endorsed this in his life. Now, it was his father who said that, okay? So, his father shows a kind of a strong moral backbone. And we have to look into his father's chart. And what is his father's chart? Basically, it's the D12, which is the chart of the parents. So, let's have a look at the D12 of Sachin Tendulkar. The D12 chart of Sachin Tendulkar here is... you will see there is sun sitting in the sign of Leo, and sun reflects or represents father. Sun is sitting in his own house. So sun is strong there and sun is sitting in Magha Nakshatra. If you look at the positions of the nakshatra, you will see that sun is sitting in 5 degrees 58 minutes of Leo, which talks about Magha Nakshatra, second pada in the D12 chart, which means that the father was very clear, had a very clear concept in his mind as to what needed to be said and what kind of things one needed to follow in life. Now my father can tell me a lot of things. He can tell me a lot of ethical values that I need to follow in my personal life, private, professional life, with my children, everything. That's my father's work to teach. It's his responsibility to pass on certain things. But if I have endorsed the same thing in my career and I've stood by it, I have let go of crores of rupees because of those values that I needed to put on front. It has to reflect in my D10 chart also, in my chart of karma and career. And just so that we know, karma is bigger than career. Career is a part of it, but karma means where you are doing your consciously doing your activities all the way around. So now let's look at his D10 chart. D10 is the chart of career. And in his D10 chart, we see that the Lagna is coming from sign of Leo and there are two planets placed there. Again, Moon, the 12th lord, which can show losses, is placed in the sign or in the nakshatra of Magha. And what does Moon show? Moon is your mindset. Moon again is money, and being the 12th lord, it is losses also. So yes, you are of the mindset yourself in your professional life that I will not, because it's also with the 10th lord Venus out there. So in my professional career, I will not endorse things. I will be responsible with what I'm doing. I take the responsibility as an adult, as an elder, to do things that can be easily and very nicely copied or followed by my youngsters and looked upon by others. But I will not do anything that will bring a bad repute to my life, to my career, even if it costs me a lot of money. In terms of money, if I have that, and you can also see it's 12th house of name and fame. So you can also say that because he followed, because he stood up to certain ideals, he has gathered international name and fame. You can also take up charts where you can see that probably Moola is not working in your D1 chart. It's not there at all. But you are one of those people who goes deep down when you are studying. And why is it so? Because somewhere in your D24 chart, you will see that Moola is highly operative. You may not have an Ashwini Nakshatra in your D1 chart, but in your D10 chart, you have a strong Ashwini, which shows that you have healing capacities, which shows that while you're at work, you can be a very jovial person and you're quick to take decisions in your workplace. So all these things need to be checked, not just from the D1. You need to see nakshatras in the divisional charts also. All this and much, much more coming up in our divisional chart course. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.